Hi everyone, and welcome back to Bluegrass Dreams and Seams. My name is Cheryl, and it is Friday Sews. I'm going to be a little late getting this released, but I will get it released today. So I thought you'd like to see some little snippets of my jacket, so that I insert those pictures at the beginning, just kind of little teasers. The video will come out next week on the jacket. Okay, so we're just going to do something that I felt was naturally maybe on people's minds is how do you store things? Um, I don't want to be one of these people that just goes through tubs looking for things. I have to kind of have it a little more organized. And I think that comes with my job as a special education teacher. So I've kind of carried that into my sewing room. The years that I worked, the 20 years that I worked, I really didn't get to sew very much. But it didn't keep me from shopping. I have a fabric collection, a pattern collection, a lace collection, a button collection, a thread collection. I mean, I have some pretty big things to store. I'm gonna probably just give you a link to my closet because that's where my fabric is, and it's all done pretty much like you see the quilters do with their fabric. I do love the foam board self-made boards, or you can order them from Amazon as well to put my fabric on. So I do shop the closet before I go out and buy anything, but that has really curbed my buying of fabric. It really, really has. I was tempted the other day to buy some knits, and I'm still not saying it won't happen. I really don't need to buy it, okay? I don't need to do that, especially right now. But so that's how I store my fabric. My patterns I do just like Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. She has the binders that the pattern envelope that you purchase the pattern in, that envelope goes in a binder. Now mine are McCall's, Simplicity, Butterick, Vogue, Berta, and then I have a few miscellaneous. I do an outerwear and a loungewear binder. But other than that, they are stored in the drawers in manila envelopes that has a pattern number on them, and they're numerical order. So I have the Vogue, the large Vogue patterns in one drawer, and I have the smaller Vogue patterns in another drawer, backed up by, I think Berta is right in that little section. I have a very few selection of Berta, maybe 20, 25 patterns by Berta. That's in that second row. So you can get two rows in these fabric-like drawers. Then I have McCall's with I think Quick Sew, and then Simplicity with somebody else. I can't remember now, but that's how I store my patterns. So just like Jen, if you've ever seen her channel and she's gone over it pretty thoroughly 2 or 3 times, that's how I do that. I got that idea from her. Totally stole it. Okay, so how do I take care of things just around my machine? One thing I carried over from my Janome was when I bought all the feet that I could use with my Janome machine, I needed a place to store it, and they don't really have storage type things. I know the Bernina does, but I hate that thing. So I bought these boxes that they use for embroidery floss, because you have this nice big one here that your buttonhole foot will fit in with the screwdriver that I use for my needles here. So there for a while, I would not put my screwdriver in there. And you know how that is. It walks off. For 2 weeks, I could not find that screwdriver. This is what broke me. And I thought I was going to have to buy another one. It's a special for Bernina. And so I was about to break down and go get one when it resurfaced. And I said, okay, that taught me a lesson. It goes in this every single time. I return it. That way I know where it is. So that's the thing. If you learn anything from this video, make it a habit to always put things back where their home is. So any foot that comes out of here, when I'm finished with it, it goes back in its place, its home. And same thing with my needles and stuff like that. So how do I control the bobbins? Well, with my Janome, I bought those Dritz bobbin boxes because it's got a foam interior and they don't fall out. And I like that. Well, here a while back, I noticed Bernina had a box. I had not seen them before, and I was just like, what am I going to do? I don't like them loose, roaming around. They get messy. It wasn't a good system, and I was about to break down and do those bobbin clip things, but I wasn't really sold on that idea when I found this, and I was so happy. So I bought me one. That's how I do that. Then other tools that came with my Bernina, I bought one of these bead boxes, and I think that's what this is for. I'm not real sure, but what says creative options. But anyway, I think I got it over in that area. So that I have this for those things, those tools. So then how do I store other things? I've got a zipper drawer. I've got an elastic drawer. I've got other boxes that hold other things, like my button collection. So I have quite a bit of buttons. These are buttons that you buy loose, you know, in the tubes. So with the exception of the antique buttons, I have collected them over the years. Usually see them in shows and stuff, but they are in bags that you buy in the jewelry department, and I usually get mine at Michael's. So they're about like this. That's what they look like. So I've taken all my buttons that I've collected over the years and I've bagged them. But if they're carded, then they're in this box, and I just line them all up. And some are, of course, laying out on top because there's not any room to put it in there. But this box came in handy for that. So I usually find boxes like this either around Christmas time or in the spring, like around Easter. I got 2 of these at TJ Maxx in Nashville one year. So, patterns by the interfacing. You've heard me talk about this before, but I'll do it again. All my interfacings, anything for a garment, is on this pool noodles because you can stick a pin in it. See, and it stays put. And then anything for bag making or quilting, that kind of thing, stays on the other side. Still pool noodles. And I've got them right here, handy. My cutting table is made up of 12 of those cubes from Michael's when they used to sell the cubes for the card making or scrapbooking. That's what I'm using. And on the other side, I have like laces in a drawer, and I got like 5 drawers full of laces. But the vertical storage is where I put all my books, like my Serger book and my Bernina book, my Janome books. All that stuff is there. And I think that's it. That's how I store everything and keep it organized. Of course, you see my thread racks. I have those. But I'm very, very happy that it's organized because I couldn't find it if it wasn't. Just remember, if you take it from its home, make sure you put it back. And it'll always be there the next time you need it. Happy sewing, everyone.